Joan Marie. Oh my gosh, while I'm creating a personal power portrait for Letitia, it's almost done, I think. I don't know, I can't wait to share it. But I am just so excited because I am here to celebrate today, because I'm here with another happy girl, because happy girl was given a gift and I've been given a gift and I'm so happy. So, I haven't shared it on Facebook. Let me twirl first. Look at this skirt. Oh my gosh. It's like a cheerleading skirt, right? Woohoo! So I am just so happy because the oncologist yesterday told me, I haven't shared this on Facebook, but 3 years ago I was told I have leukemia. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So my white and red blood cells got so bad. And you know, like every gift, they always tell us, and it is true so many times, when you're getting these challenges, you discover it opens you up to new things. So I didn't realize I had some of this stress that was, I guess, killing me. Oh my gosh. So now it's gone. The stress is gone because that's how I've healed. No stress, better food and vitamins and no drugs. I didn't do the chemo pills, and the oncologist was like, how did you heal without those pills? And I said, I'm sorry for being a little like, I just have to talk because I truly am so happy. And because he said my numbers are, my white cell count now is at the place where I could live forever.
I wanted to start with what this event is about. It is about creating the life that we want, understanding how we're creating what we're creating, whether we want it or not, and shifting us out of that. And, you know, a lot of these kinds of events, they start with, well, this is who I am, and this is what I've done, whatever. We're not going to start with that. We're going to just jump right in. If you don't know me, I'm on the internet. You can find out anything you want about me, and you can hear my story and my client's story. So we're not going to start with that because I want to start with you. And I want to frame this. I framed it with Joan. She came to me a couple of years ago. She was referred by someone, and she had been diagnosed with leukemia. And she said, I don't want to die, but I'm not going to take chemo. And she was committed to that. And I worked with her, and we did some shifting like we're going to do today. And what we discovered first, though, is that she had some limiting beliefs, and I have her permission to talk about this. So I'm not revealing anything that's, she speaks about it. She's given me permission. We discovered that she was in a relationship that she didn't want to be in any longer. And the person she was in the relationship with had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia, and she had been planning to leave the relationship, and she said, I can't leave now. And so she felt really stuck because she had beliefs that kept her stuck. And she had decided unconsciously, well, I don't want to be in this relationship. I'm not a good person if I leave. So if I leave the planet, then I can get out of it. And that was the unconscious decision that she made. We uncovered that belief. We did some clearing, and you can hear her, she's dancing. She's just been told by the oncologist, leukemia is gone. How the heck did you heal it without any chemo? Whatever you did, I don't understand. And she's dancing and happy. That's her personality. Anyway, so I want to start with that framing. And then I want to move into a little bit of an understanding of how we're creating our reality. And then we're going to do some shifting together. Okay? Everybody on board with that? I'm going to let Source take over. I'll still be here, but I'm going to let Source pretty much take over. And what I'd like to ask you to do is to turn your cameras off. And the reason for that is sometimes we can get distracted by a camera, and I want you to be fully present in your body. You know, a lot of times we do these kinds of events, and trust me, I have done it too. I show up and my mind is over here. I'm halfway over into the event. And I really want you to be fully engaged, not just with your ears, but with your body. If you know me, this will make sense to you. But our bodies are far more engaged if we allow them to be than we understand. And that's where I want you to be today. So I'm going to start very quickly with just a little information because I want this to make sense to you. I'm going to ask you to turn off your cameras. And then when it's time, I'll ask you to turn them back on. But I just kind of sit back, allow yourself to engage with all of this. Okay, so we say to you that you create your own reality. And a lot of people will say to me, well, Deborah, I don't want this in my life, so I'm not creating this reality. And that's not true. And I want you to understand how reality is created. Everybody says, well, think good thoughts, your thoughts create reality, and that's partially true, but it's not completely true. There are 4 components to your point of power, and it's through your point of power that you create reality. Your thoughts are in combination with your emotions, and your core beliefs, the things that you maybe don't even know that you believe, are in combination with your feelings. And that second pair is where the real power is. So if you are sitting around thinking great thoughts, like let's say you get a bill that you don't want, it's a really big bill, or something breaks and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. You say to yourself, well, I don't believe I deserve a big bill. How did I get this? How did I create that? It's because underneath, maybe you do. So for those of you who've read my book, Raven Ray, there's an opening story in the first chapter where Raven her car is broken. It's going to be $3,000 to fix it. She doesn't have the money. She doesn't know what to do about it. That story is fictionalized, but it's actually one of my true experiences. A long time ago, my car broke down. It was going to be $3,000. I forget what it was that was the problem. I didn't have the $3,000. And I was, okay, what am I going to do? And a raven did come and stand on the mailboxes and scream at me. I understood the message that reality is waves, not just solid. And if I can move the waves in my body, I could move the waves in my car. And I actually did fix my car. So that story is partially true. The thing is, though, I had been studying metaphysics and quantum physics at that point for several years. And, I was like, okay, Deborah, what the heck are you doing? You know how to do this. Why is it that you're having these experiences? And what I didn't understand at the time that I understand now is that when you have experiences, especially when you're a child growing up, they can embed in you core beliefs that are in your body and you don't know that they're there. So for those who know me, I grew up in a very violent, dangerous home. And one of the things that my father would do to try to manipulate my mother into not leaving him was weaponize me. And he would tell me if she divorced him, then we would be broke. She and I would be broke, and there wouldn't be a man to take care of us, and all of these things. And he often had a gun in his hand at the time. And so I embedded those beliefs that without a man, I would be broke and I couldn't do it on my own. And I was living out that reality of those core beliefs that I didn't know that I had. So fast forward to now, I understand how those core beliefs work and how to move in the direction of eliminating them. So as we're talking, think about what are some of the beliefs that you have, or sometimes it's easier if you think about people that you know. What are the beliefs that they have that you can see for them, that they're living out, that maybe they don't recognize? Oftentimes that, for me, that's helpful to see what my own beliefs are by watching other people. So when we have a core belief, you get a big bill. In your mind, you're like, well, I don't deserve this big bill. I don't want it. But in your body, there's a trigger fear or something that happens, and you can tell it. Sometimes it's just a flash. It maybe doesn't last forever. You can feel like a tremor of anxiety or fear that flashes through your body. That tells you that there's probably a core belief that's really running the show. And the important thing to understand about this is when that core belief is running the show, it's always winning. It's always in control. So what we want to do is we want to understand how these are working. And if you can see the image on my screen right now, this is a depiction of how I see the quantum field and how I see the possible realities that may show up in your life. So as you look at this person, I want you to see them with your physical eyes, but I also want you to use your inner eyes to see yourself as the person. See yourself floating in the quantum field. Feel how that feels to just float there. And as you look at the image, notice how the field flows through the body and surrounds the body. That's how it is. Your source is within and it's without. It just flows all the time. So you're not sitting here right now as a solid person with a solid reality, with a solid future. It's constantly flowing in flashes and flashes and flashes. So as you have feelings and thoughts right now, you may have a flash of anxiety. Gosh, what if I'm creating something that I don't want? Or you may have a flash of joy. What if I'm creating something that's delicious and delightful? That's all happening at the same time. It's all simultaneous. So I really want you to understand as you're sitting here, your source is flowing through you and surrounding you. And it has a predisposition of love. So love always has the edge unless we limit it or stop it. So look at the image and notice all of the flecks of light that are surrounding the image, filling the image, and feel that for you. You're in all of that light. What those flecks of light represent are your possible realities or your potential realities. All of the realities that you could potentially create are in this field. Quantum physicist Vadim Zeland would call it the alternative space, meaning all of the alternatives are in this space. Some are things that you don't want, like when my car broke down. I certainly didn't want that. Or things that you do want, maybe a villa by the ocean. The little ones are the ones that they're kind of out there. They're orbiting around, but they're distant possibilities. And then if you can see some of these that are larger, where my cursor is, or some that are closer in, like this one, those we call probable realities. And that's where this intersects with your point of power. That's the reason why I wanted to start there, is if you've got your point of power all lined up and pointing in the same direction, all four components are pointing in the same direction, that probable reality will come true. So as a little girl and a young woman, I had this terror that was embedded in my body because of all of the violence and the guns and whatever. So my core beliefs and my feelings, they were definitely lined up, pointing toward that energy of fear and experiences that said, okay, Deborah, you believe this, even if you don't know you do, you believe this, so we're going to give you experiences that support that. You got that? I want you to stay in the field, stay in there, see it with your inner eyes and your physical eyes. How is this showing up for you? So I had those fears embedded in my body. I had the feelings, and then little things would happen. Like I'd get a little bill that I couldn't handle, or I'd want to do something that I couldn't afford. And then that would get me into my head. Well, I should be doing better at this. I should be doing better. And then I would have the emotions that go with that, the looping that goes around and the fear that goes around. And then my point of power was all lined up, all four components, both pairs. Okay, now we know you're committed to this. You've placed your order with the cosmic waiter for something financial, devastating, fearful. We're going to give it to you. You asked for it, but I didn't. The same is true when you have a joyful experience. So what we want to do is we want to remove or dissolve those four components that are pointed in a direction that we don't want to go, so that we can allow in all of the good, juicy stuff that we do want to allow in. Does everybody get that? If you have questions, I'm going to pause for a moment. If you'd like to ask them, unmute yourself before we move into the next step. Anyone have any questions?
Deborah, this is Rhonda. So I finally, for the first time, quite honestly, get point of power fully. I've was trying to pick which one was my point of power, and now I get what you're saying, how all four systems have to be working together. So thank you. It clicked in just now. So it's the thoughts, feelings, core beliefs, and there's one more without that. What's the other?
Emotions. So your thoughts and your emotions.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I feel so light right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, great. So get back into that. You're looking at the image. You're feeling yourself. You're seeing yourself being in the image. Just see it all around you. That is where you're going, whether you want to or not. And when you look at behind the image, you can see that's how you kind of get drawn in. My point of power is pointing, and it's drawing me into those experiences. So now I want you to feel into your body, feel into a deeply joyful experience. Close your eyes if you'd like, or if it helps you to stay in that energy, stay there. A deeply joyful experience that you've had, and feel the feelings of it. It could be being with someone that you love completely, a time when you feel just so safe and happy. Feel those feelings. And with your inner vision, look around the entire field of possibilities that are surrounding you, all those points of light. Can you see them? All the points of light that are surrounding you. Some of them are within your body. Some of them are distant. And allow the joyful experiences to grow, to get bigger, to come forward. Whatever your joyful experiences are, just allow them to come forward. Feel the feelings in your body. Allow the calm to penetrate your body. It feels safe and joyful, peaceful, delicious. Now, with your inner vision, as you feel these feelings, what are you seeing? Are there people with you? Are you someplace special or someplace ordinary that you love? What are the feelings that you're feeling and the things that you're seeing? It could be a little mini movie. It could be pictures. Stop for a moment and watch the movie, or look at a slideshow of the pictures, or maybe just look at one very special picture. Breathe all of that in. Make that a full experience. You are there. You are there in that place, in that space, in that time. I promise you that that exists. It exists right now in your possible reality for certain. But as you use your point of power, as you use your inner vision and your feelings, you turn that into a probable reality, which means it's probably going to happen rather than just possibly going to happen. So feel all of that energy, get all 4 components of your point of power pointed in the same direction. Feel the energy of it. Now, as you feel that energy, imagine, who do I have to be to make this probable reality become my reality? Who do I have to be? And if you have any thoughts of, well, that won't work for me, or it may work for Deborah because she's different, that is not true. I'm not special. I just have learned a few things. You are special. You are infinitely special. And anything that I can do, you absolutely can do. And I want you to feel that, because that's part of who I hope you understand that you are and that you can embody. As you're looking at your little mini movie or your images, who do you have to be? How does the person who has that reality get out of bed in the morning? What does that person eat or drink? When that person, when the you of that walks from your bedroom to your kitchen, how do you walk? How do you drive your car? a NASCAR driver or a Formula One driver. They have skills that they've learned to drive their car. I haven't learned those skills, but I can still drive a car. I can still have the experience of driving a car that is perfect for me. So there's no comparing to anyone else. No one's opinion of how you do things, how you feel, how you think, how you act. No one's opinion is important. They've told us over the years, the centuries, that their opinion is important, but it's not. You get to have, if you choose it, you get to have the experiences that are right for you. I don't want to be a Formula One driver. I still want to drive my car. You may not want to be a multi-billionaire, but you still want to have a life of freedom and joy, whatever that means to you. You deserve it. And if you consider the image, that reality is already right there waiting for you to just put down the limits that you've been told to have and pick up the you that has those experiences. So a lot of people think that creating your reality is about conjuring. Well, I want a new fancy car. I've got to conjure that up. No, there's no conjuring. It's right there. If you look at the image, it's right there. One of those flecks of light. It's there. You just have to choose it and use your point of power to select it. But it's deeper. It's not about selecting the car and drawing it towards you. It's about selecting the you that has the car. So imagine this, you go into a fancy restaurant and you're taking some of your limits with you, but you're also taking an awareness of what you really want. So you go in and you sit down and the waiter comes over and says, "What would you like?" And you're looking at the menu and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this lobster looks really good. The way they prepare it with a little caviar and oh, I'd love to have some of that and maybe some delicious champagne." Then you're like, oh, those limiting beliefs come up. I should have the spaghetti. I don't really want the spaghetti. I like spaghetti, okay, but I really want the lobster. So you sit there, you're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Here's what's happening on a cosmic level. You're telling the cosmic waiter, I don't know what I want. Part of me's pointed over here at the lobster. Part of me's pointed over here at the spaghetti. I don't know what I want. I've got my fears going on. I've got my desires going on. And so then the cosmic waiter, like the restaurant waiter, is saying, well, I don't really know what you want. How about if I bring you a little bit of spaghetti and a little bit of cod? You're not quite there at the lobster. And so you get a mixed bag. You don't truly get what you want. So as you're in the cosmic consciousness, as you're in this image, you're there. Who do you have to be internally to get what you want? Now, there's no judging yourself. There's no judging anything in this. There's only love. So right now, if you're saying to yourself, oh, what have I been doing? This is why I don't have what I want in my life, because I haven't been ordering properly. Don't judge yourself. Love yourself and say, hey, isn't this amazing that I'm becoming the new person that gets what I really want? So as you're floating in the cosmic consciousness. Again, when you go into a restaurant, when you walk down the street, when someone criticizes you, who do you have to be for all of that to be irrelevant and just continue choosing? This is our natural state. It has been beaten out of us, sometimes quite literally. But the wise women who danced in the forest, who danced and didn't care that they were called sinners, the wise women who used natural herbs for true healing, personally, that's who I want to be. Who do you want to be to live the life that you want to have? Take a nice breath. Take a nice deep breath and clear away any doubts that you might have about whether you can be it or have it, because you can. Doubt, fear, anxiety, anger, they're all resistance. And they have no place in your life or anyone's life. Those were planted, those were seeds that were planted by culture, by religion, by schools, by parents, whoever. And they've turned into weeds in our lives. So I want you to ramp up the love that you feel floating through you and around you. As you look at the image, see the light that flows through the image at the core and around. That's who you naturally are. You are source. You are infinite. Ask yourself whether the word you use is God or source or cosmic consciousness, whatever word it is that you use. Is source limited in any way? No, there is nothing that beats source. And you are source. You are the light. And from this moment going forward, every time you have a moment of fear or doubt, anxiety, I want you to stop for a moment. I want you to put yourself into this image, be the image, and say with feeling, I am the light. I am the light. I am the light of source. I am infinite. There is nothing more powerful in the multiverse than source, and you are source. So there is nothing more powerful than you except the limiting beliefs that you allow yourself to have. And you have the power to stop them. So feel that energy, you are source. Feel how good that feels. So the you that gets up in the morning, the first feeling that you have from this day forward is the feeling of being source. Being source. No limits. When you walk from your bedroom to the kitchen or out the door and get in your car, you are source. Walk as source. Take the time to pay attention. You know, from what we've been taught, we develop habits. We develop habits of not caring for ourselves or not feeling that we are worthy. And we want to shift those habits. And the way that we start that is just throughout the day. It's not a 10-minute meditation. It's a flash of, I'm walking to my car and I am source. I'm talking to someone who's annoying they're still going to show up, especially as you're shifting, they're going to show up to give you an opportunity to learn, to not just think it in your head, but to live it, because none of what I'm telling you today becomes reality unless you're living it. So as you go through your day, something annoying comes up, go, God, I love this annoying person because they've given me an opportunity to live what I know, not just pay lip service to it or think it, but to actually live it. So we talk about shifting, and a lot of people think a shift is big and dramatic, and sometimes they are. You've probably seen a video, if you know me, of a woman named Siglinda, who she had a shift. She had a lifeline shift. She jumped to a totally new lifeline, and she was struggling with money. And within 36 hours, she made more money in one sale than she had made the entire previous year. And sometimes shifts are that dramatic. And sometimes they're more subtle. You get what you need. So if you, let's say, for example, normally you get really irritated with, this used to be me. When somebody would pack my groceries, I'm a triple Virgo. That means anything to anyone. And I'm very organized about things, and I want things done precisely and well. And when they would pack my groceries and not do it as precisely as I had already planned it should be, it would be very irritating to me. And I would let them know. I don't think I was ever super obnoxious about it, but I had a look and a tone. So now, if somebody's packing my groceries, one of my little micro shifts is that, okay, whatever, the world is not going to fall apart because they've put my tomatoes underneath a 10-pound bag of rice. I might still adjust it, but I don't have to make a big deal about it. That's a shift for me. That's a shift of beingness into peace, of beingness into love. And that energy that I'm putting out there flows back to me, and it flows out to them. So instead of devastating someone because they've made a mistake with the tomatoes and rice, they now have had a little peace. The checker has had a little peace. You don't know where that's going to go, but the world is magnetic. The field that you're in, that you're seeing in the image, is electromagnetic. It's electricity. We talk about frequency or energy. You've heard that. That's the electric part, and it's magnetic. So if I am emitting a feeling tone, the symphony that my feelings are emitting into the world, if they are a feeling tone of anxiety and you're not doing it perfectly and anger, I'm going to draw that back to myself. If my feeling tone, which we all emit, we all have our own symphony. You are a symphony of the energy that you are emitting, and you are magnetizing and drawing back experiences that match the symphony that you are playing through your feelings. And then that magnetizes and draws back to you. So if I'm emitting a feeling tone of love to everyone, if I'm emitting a feeling tone, or my personal symphony is playing the tune of comfort and wealth and joy and health, I will draw back to me the experiences that fit that feeling tone. So you've heard all of the little catchphrases: as within, so without; as above, so below. That's what that is. It's your feeling tone. Some of you may never have heard of that phrase before, but it truly is the symphony that you're playing. And so when we have these little micro shifts, we change the symphony. The notes that are a little bit off, or maybe a lot of it off, they start shifting. And that starts shifting your reality. And the more little shifts you have, the more bigger shifts you have. So right now, I want you to feel into, what is your feeling tone generally? Feel the feeling of it. Get out of your head, drop out of your head and into your body. When I look out at my world and I feel and see the experiences that are being mirrored back to me, what am I hearing about my feeling tone? What's being mirrored back to me? Think of something that, I really don't want this mirrored back to me anymore. I'd like to be done with this. What's the opposite of that feeling? Let's say I'm getting experiences that cause me to feel unloved. What's the opposite of being unloved? Loved. Feel into an experience that you've had where you felt the complete flow of love. It wasn't one-sided. It wasn't one person begging for love or overgiving. It was just love. And it could be with a puppy or a kitten or your child or a lover or a parent. It doesn't matter who it is. Feel that experience. You feel it? Just feel the experience. And say to yourself, I profoundly feel the energy. Feel it in your body. I profoundly and deeply love myself. Because that's where love in your outer world starts. Your electromagnetic energy pulls in what you're feeling. So if you're standing in front of the mirror saying, God, I look fat, or, oh, I wish, this, or you're thinking you're not good enough, or whatever it is, you're going to pull in the people who are going to give you those experiences. So as you're having, whether it's with money or love or anything, stop and ask yourself, what's the opposite of that? And just for 60 seconds, as you're walking to your car, I am source, and I profoundly and deeply love myself. And do it with feeling. Take a nice deep breath and allow the seeds of all of those lights of joy that are surrounding you, all of those possible realities, allow the seeds to be planted in your life and see them starting to grow. Name them, name what they are. And as you become more familiar with them, develop a relationship with those plants that are now growing in your life. The plants of love and wealth and joy and safety and happiness. Develop a relationship with them. They are the new you. See them as lights. They're planted seeds of light. Feel the energy of that. All of those new seeds, that's source. That's source planting deeply within you. Take a nice breath. Lock it in. The new you. And when you're ready, come into the room with me. We can chat. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing?
Wonderful. I loved what you said. It really resonates with what I've been studying for years and reminds me of my own shifts. I've had some huge, huge shifts. So thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
I feel amazing right now. I just really had some huge awarenesses through that, and it was the visuals were so beautiful. Like I do get a lot of really good visuals, and I was on the beach and I was doing the Kundalini yoga that I was doing, and all the people were around, and then that was a point of joy. But it was interesting because I had had a little like lesion thing on my leg at that point in time when I was back there.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, how do I get rid of that? Because I had that then. And so then I shifted the energy that never had to come in, because I do know where that came from.
Mhm.
And I've unraveled that information. But it was just so beautiful to get the connection of all four things going in the same direction, and the pull out and the pull in. And then I did feel I do that in the shower all the time,
Mhm.
up above as it is below. I just do that for my spine, and I do it for the energy, but I hadn't been doing the in and out as much. So anyway, it was beautiful. Thank you.
Good. So when we were going through the part about beliefs, and I was telling you a little bit of my story, did you have any of you, I know, no, we don't, not everybody's on camera. Did you have any thoughts of, aha, I see where I've done that, or I'm still doing that?
Oh, yes, I definitely did. Yes. I look at my beliefs all the time and think to myself, I ask myself, where does that come from? How does that serve me?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So I've been working with core beliefs for a very long time, and I'm always surprised. I shouldn't be, but I'm always surprised where something comes up and it's like, oh wow, I didn't realize that I believed that, and I'm living from that belief. And the one that I mentioned, with my father, that's been a huge one for me that I still, see little remnants of here and there to get rid of. Um, so one of the things that I wanted to offer to you today, and there's no sales pitch, but something I'd like to offer to all of you is, this, I think, is one of the most important things for us for moving forward as humans, is letting go of those beliefs that maybe we don't even recognize that we have. And I was trying to figure out, I work with people one-on-one, but I tried to figure out, how could I get to my own core beliefs better and faster? Because, when I'm working with someone, I am not in it. I'm not in the energy of it. I don't have the feelings of it or whatever. And when I try to work with myself, I have all those feelings and the energy and whatever. So I created a core belief for myself. If you like Raven Ray, I created that book for myself. If you've heard of the book, I wrote it for myself. I didn't intend ever to sell it or anything. I created this for myself. And as I was doing the work with it, I was like, holy smokes, I don't believe that I have that belief. I mean, the things that were coming up to me were pretty incredible. So I wanted to offer that to you today. I'll share just a little image here. It's a core belief, limiting belief identifier, and it walks you through a process in all of the major areas of your life: money, relationships, joy, whether you're deserving or not, because that's a really big one. It walks you through all of that. And as you go through it, things will start coming up for you. I'm selling it at the moment for $97, but I have an offer today. You can go to deborahbringleson.com/beliefs. It's $47. And then there's an opportunity for, if you're interested in having me develop a plan for you, you send me your limiting belief identifier when you're done with it. You send it to me. I will go through it and I will talk about the cross references of maybe money and love or whatever it is that's connected. And I will create a plan for you. If you want to take a look at it, as I said, this wasn't about a hard sell, but I wanted to offer this to you right now. So any questions that you might have?
No, I'm super excited. This is like exactly where I'm at in my journey of launching my own business, because a lot of stuff has been coming up that I thought I had already worked on. And I know it's layers, and I'm aware because I'm teaching people that all the time. But just even like as you were talking earlier, one of the images came in my head where I said, just like last night, I got to get past my myself to get myself on camera, because I have to get my messages out there and I can't do that. So, but I have to get past myself. That's a core belief that is not good, or, I'm not saying not good, but needs to be rewired. So I like that.
And
I'm gonna do it.
may I tweak that a little bit?
Sure. Please do.
It's not that it needs to be rewired. It's an allowing of yourself to have the full joy that you deserve. It's
Yeah.
stepping into that, when I talked about as you walk to your car, as you walk to your kitchen or whatever, walk as the person. I am so magnificent that I deserve for everyone on the planet to see me and experience me. I don't know you really well, but I do think I know you a little bit. And I think that everyone on the planet should experience you.
Oh, that's sweet. And that's hard for me to accept. So when people say that, I feel the resistance. I feel a little wall that comes up in the body, even a hot flush. Right now I'm feeling flushy. So yeah, something to work on.
Something to appreciate the
Aware of.
experience.
Yeah.
To appreciate the awareness of it.
Yeah.
Because how many people are walking around on the planet who are not allowing themselves to be aware, and they're pushing against the awareness, which only makes that energy stronger. It's like a bar fight. You get pushed, you push back, and the bar fight goes back and forth, right? It's the same thing. So for the moment, appreciate yourself for, hey, I'm a rock star for being aware of this.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else before we wrap up? Any questions?
If I look back on my experience and what I've done, for me to have become a firefighter 40 years ago, I had to believe that I could do it before I set out to do it. And I had that belief. And anybody who doubted me, I'd say, watch me.
So tell me what you're feeling in your solar plexus, like the area below your heart, maybe a little bit above your solar plexus. What are you feeling there right now?
Right now?
Don't think about it. Feel it.
Oh. I don't know that I really connect to my chakras like that. I don't.
Well, I'm just talking about the area. That was a geographic reference, not a dig into a chakra. And I'm going to stop you right now because you're so in your head. You're not there.
I have something going on in there that I'm wanting to get diagnosed. There's a physical thing that happened after Mike's passing. And I believe it's connected to his passing and how I'm dealing with it. I have a knot. I have a cyst or a knot or something right above my belly button, right where you're talking about.
So I love you, Layla,
Thank you.
and you haven't been in any of my classes, but everyone who's been in my class knows that I'm going to say something, but I want you to know that I love you. Okay. Are you open to hearing what I want to say?
Wide open. Yes.
Okay. Okay. There's resistance there. You have resistance there. And one thing, I am not your guru. I am not right. Okay. I don't take your power. You own your power. This is what I'm perceiving. If it does not feel right to you, then do not accept it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm feeling resistance there. I can feel the energy of that resistance there. It's below your heart. It's above your belly button. And there's the resistance is, as I'm perceiving it, control. I've got these plates. I've got Mike, who I love so much, and he's not here anymore. And I've got all of these plates that I'm spinning, and I'm going to stay in my head and just tell you, everyone, world, that I've got this. And I'd like to invite you to just let all the plates fall. Because when you let all those plates fall, you will find freedom. And Mike will still be there. He will still be there.
I hear you. I totally hear you. And I want them to fall. And that's why I am not working, meaning I'm fully retired. I am just working on Lila right now. And I am really, really looking I want to heal that, whatever it is inside of me, I want to heal it. And only I can find a way to do that. But it's helping listening to you, listening to all the NDE accounts that I listen to. It's reminding me that I am a spirit. I am always spirit. I am never not spirit. I am only a human for a short period of time. And that this physical thing, I just came up with this yesterday. I imagine a car being around my middle, pretending I'm standing in a car and I'm carrying my car around. Well, I'm not the car, but that's what I use to get around. Same with my body. I am not my body, but this is what Lila's spirit is using to get around right now. And Lila wants it to be healthy so that she can serve.
And I appreciate hearing that. And I invite you to let all of that go. Because in your telling of it, what I hear and feel is your need to be in control of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, Deborah, because then you will know that I'm in control. And Deborah doesn't need to know that you're in control. Deborah wants you to have a blissful life. You don't need to put a frame around it. And I really, really invite you to do this. Don't put a frame around it like you've got a knot there or a tumor there or something. Because when you put a frame around it, you're owning it. And the first step to healing anything is to stop owning it. And right now you're owning all of that. You're owning all the plates. And I'm just inviting you, let the plates drop, let them break. And instead of owning everything, step into the peace of being source. Instead of telling yourself, I am source, damn it. Just be it. Just be it. That image, it was created by me and AI. So it's I just want you to know it's AI, but it is how I experience the field. And when I created that image and started, like, I'll lay in bed, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll lay in bed and I will be in the image. It's been very peaceful for me. If any of you would like that image for yourselves, I'd be happy to send it to you. Just, remind yourself that you're fully supported and loved, and everything that you could want is a bit of light. And we just want it to expand so it goes from possible reality to probable reality. And if you want it, there is a probable reality for you where all the plates have broken and you're living in peace and you don't have to tell it, because it's just obvious by experiencing you.
Isn't that happening on another dimension for all of us? Aren't we multidimensional, right?
1,000%. And that's what I said in the beginning as we were moving into things, is every reality that you could want is flashing in. It's just like the electromagnetic part of it is moving in and out and in and out. You can't mentally keep up with it. It's not possible. It's
Right.
just happening.
Right.
And so, yes, there is no time.
Right.
There is no space. Everything is happening in the now. The you who's in 4782 instead of 2026 is happening right now. The you who's walking somewhere right now, hand in hand with Mike, is happening right now.
And that's what I want to remember. And that's why I listen to you. I watch other NDE accounts to remember that, because when I go outside my door and go out into public, it's like it's all erased, because most people, it's just different.
And right now you're still trying to control it. And I can tell that by your need to tell it,
Okay.
rather than just your need to be it, or your desire to be it, not need, desire to be it. Like, if you know that you're something, you don't need to tell it, because it's just who you are. Like, you know that you have that beautiful curly hair. Do you ever have conversations with someone? Like, would you ever say to me, and Deborah, I want you to know I have beautiful curly hair? No, because you know it, you know the truth of it.
Okay.
Okay.
I will practice.
Okay. All right. I love you all.
You.
I'm thrilled that you're here today. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Deborah, on the site, when you go in, is there any code or something you need to put in?
Yes.
Okay.
Beliefs.
What? Beliefs?
Beliefs. It should be on there. It should say
It wasn't. I'm in it, and it is the 97, which it's worth it, but it doesn't say, it does ask for a code though. It's not in there.
Oh, really? That's really odd. I thought there was for sure. Because yes, it says. Let me share my screen real fast so you can see it in case you forget what it is. It's
Maybe just on my phone, it's doing something different. I don't know. I'm in it,
so
but
if you see the button, find the belief beneath the pattern. Event attendees use code beliefs at checkout.
okay. I
So,
just probably went into the wrong one. I'll just go back.
yeah, it's there. So yes, beliefs.
Yeah, I bet I just went in the wrong one. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
All right. I love
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Have a fabulous day. And remember, you now are a new you.